Okay, today I'm going to talk about Klim's Induction glove, their summer glove, summer or hot climate glove. I've had these for a year or so now. I use these primarily for riding in Colombia when it's super hot, on the southern part of Colombia, up on the north coast. The best summer gloves I've ever owned, by far. The best summer gloves. This is model number 2. I think there's an updated version of this model. This is pretty much the same. It's got a few feature differences, but they're pretty much basically the same. Now these gloves, they're kind of unique because they have a type of, first of all, they're made of goat skin, so it's nice and soft. The stitching, they have a reverse box seam. Now, I know it looks ugly, these box seams, the way they are, and you tend for some reason to get these odd loose threads with them, but they are super comfortable. When you put these gloves on, because there's no seams on the insides of the fingers, they're buttery smooth. They just, well, they look weird, but let me tell you, they are super comfortable. Hardly any break-in. I did find that they did, for me, size a little bit small, so I tried a couple of pairs out. The good thing these days with most vendors, you can send back the gloves and they're exchanging free of charge. But just getting into the glove, as I said, they're goat skin, super soft. They have these reverse seams, which is makes them super comfortable when you're wearing them. On the top of the glove here, they've got some 3M reflective details, which is great if you're pinning it at night, I guess. People can see you coming. They've got a carbon fibre knuckle pad. It's nice and light, and you don't even know when the glove is on. You don't feel it, it's light enough, but it looks pretty substantial protection wise. Now, this version does not have the touchscreen pads in, so you can pinch and zoom and use the screen on your phone, but the newer version does. That is one of the differences. They're perforated, so they flow a lot of air. From experience, in 35-degree heat, 100+ Fahrenheit heat, lovely glove. My fingers were never sticky, and these gloves flow a lot of air. Putting these gloves on, one of my favorite features is this. This is you can see that there on the camera. This is a pull loop. It's quite substantial, and it makes for getting the glove on and off simple. There's also a top zipper, YKK, and it locks, so that won't move down. And then there's just a cuff strap. Super comfortable, super easy to get on. You can pull these on even with your teeth or with your other glove. You can still pull them on, which is very nice. Other features of this glove, there's a palm pad there, which is nice. It's padded. Not quite sure what the material is, but it looks pretty tough. Actually, they call this material, as I remember, Poron XRD. So yeah, they've got it in the knuckles and in various places. Yeah, it looks tough enough. The gloves are pre-curved in the fingers and in the palm. I don't know if you can see that there. They're pre-curved. The other great feature is on the index finger they have a wiper. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera there, but I thought this was a gimmick when I first see it. I actually didn't know what it was. I had to bit of a double take, but it's really effective. It does actually work, this wiper on your visor, especially if you get a new splattered bug on there, nice and fresh, still a bit sticky and gooey. Wipe straight off, which in some tropical climates this is a godsend. As I said, they're perforated, they flow a ton of air. They've got a mesh top here. The inside of the glove is it seems to wick away moisture pretty well. I really didn't get sticky fingers when wearing this glove in some hot temperatures. So I'm not sure what they're using there, but it works a treat. That's about it. I mean, it's just a great summer glove. It does what it says on the packet. As I said, one thing I've noticed is these odd threads, but I'm sure that's from the way they do this box stitching. But other than that, I've covered about 5,000 kilometers in these gloves, and yeah, look at the condition on them. They're still in great condition. Nice and grippy on the bike. Also, they've got mesh in between here, which helps flow the air. That's another feature you can most probably see just there, hopefully. I think that's about it for this glove. It's by far one of my favourite summer gloves I've ever owned. As I say, I've tested it in Colombia in 35 plus heat, 100 Fahrenheit heat, and yeah, it does the business. As I say, they're super easy to get on, lovely and comfortable, and you really can't go too far wrong with these gloves if you're looking for a new pair of summer gloves. I highly recommend these, especially the new versions that are out now, because they've got a few more reflective 3M reflective materials on there, and also these are the short version. The new models come out in a long version, so a longer cuff, and they've got a Velcro cuff strap a bit further up the top. Basically the same glove, just a few little upgrades. Good stuff. I thoroughly recommend these gloves.